button again.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Monday edition of the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vase. Good morning, Tone. How are you, mate?
Morning, morning. I'm good. It's the start of the new year, and the price is looking bullish. So we're gonna get into that, and I'm gonna talk about everything I said on Friday and all the crazy comments I got because of that.
It's funny that you said it's the start of the new year because I really felt like today was the first day of the new year. You know, that first Monday back after a week of just, whatever, when nothing's open. Today really felt we were back at work. So let's address the elephant in the room. Your claims that price was going to drop. Let's face it, you go first tonight because that's all anyone wants to talk about.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm gonna go to the daily chart, which was my main reason for being bearish on
Hit
that
screen share.
Friday show.
Hit screen share.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yep.
no, I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, good. All right. We were chatting before the show, and Tone was showing me all this stuff, and he hadn't hit screen share, so I thought you might have done it that.
Yeah. Um, Okay. So by the way, guys, I am starting off my focus for this year is health and wellness. I am in the middle of I'm at 36 hours into a dry fast. For those that don't know what a dry fast is, that means no food or any liquids of any kind, no water, no nothing. I'm a little hesitant about brushing my teeth because I want no droplets of water going down my body. I'm gonna go at least 48 hours. Sorry, at least 60 hours. I'm gonna see if I can make it to 72. So if there's no show on Thursday, then there was a problem.
It means Tone's dead. No show,
Um,
Tone's dead.
right. Um, it's really a myth that you die after 3 days of no water. From what I read online, people are going like 8 to 11 days, which is actually insane.
Yeah, don't. This is not medical advice.
Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the price. So as when we did the last show, here is the Friday candle. So when we were doing the show, we were literally being rejected by the 50 period moving average, with the 20 period moving average being above both of them. And the depth cross was going to happen on a Saturday, which it did happen. My expectation was that we would get rejected by this double moving average cluster for rejection, and we would not be sustaining 98,000. So what happened on Friday was we did break 98,000, and then we closed the day right at or right under 98. The following day, we hovered around 98 all day. And then on Sunday, we dropped as low as 97,300. And at that low mark, we technically got supported by the 50 period moving average. And we did spend an entire candle above both of the moving averages, which is the tone base necessary condition to break the moving average. We have now spent pretty much 3 candles. Even if this candle did touch the moving average for a second, I count that as breaking the moving average. We are now spending our third candle above both moving averages. This candle is the first candle that is sustaining 98,000. Therefore, in order for me to walk away from the bearish scenario, all that needs to happen is for this candle to close ideally above 99,000 and avoid a reversal candle. So right now, I'm surprised the tone base volume is green. It's on the verge of going red. So if the tone base volume is green, which means we close at current price or ideally a little bit higher, I would love to see a 99,000 close. We would have broken all of the concerns that I have for going bearish. However, there are still two things that need to happen for me to be 100% on the bullish train to 120,000 and beyond. Matt, you want to guess what those two things are?
A new higher high close above that blue line.
Correct. We just created a higher swing high, which is good, but we still need a higher daily close. So the daily close doesn't need to break that high, but the daily close needs to break the high of the close of Wednesday, December 25th. That close is 99,362. So we need to break that on a closing basis. That's criteria number one. And what is one more criteria?
Don't know. You tell me.
Well, we had the def cross, right? So the moving averages need to cross the other way.
Yeah, that'll take a
Okay.
bit though. That'll take some time.
That will take a little bit of time. But the faster we go up, the sooner that will take.
Right.
Now, keep in mind that back here, the summer of hell that started in March, the first downwards cross took place in April. We then crossed to the upside, then we crossed back to the downside. Then we crossed to the upside, only to cross back to the downside a month later. Then we crossed to the upside, and then we took off. This current cross could literally recreate what happened back here. Okay, so we're already in better shape, but I will go full bullish, and I mean I'm in cash right now, guys. I am still in cash. I did not go short. I did not have an opportunity to go short because right after we got off the show, price kept going up and up and up and up, and I wanted to short weakness. I would have shorted had we dropped after we got off the show on Friday, but I never got to short. So I stayed in cash. And now I am strongly considering going long. I just need to wait. And what am I waiting for, Matt?
A new higher daily close.
Maybe, but sooner, right? If I was to long today, what am I waiting for?
I don't know.
I talk about it every day.
But we're gonna get past 11 o'clock.
Right, exactly. We got to get past 11 o'clock. We got to get through that 10 a.m. reversal, or we need to start to crash at market open, which is 1 minute from now, and then reverse to the upside at 10 a.m. I am going to be watching the 10 a.m. reversal. The 10 a.m. reversal can happen in either direction. Here's my 1 hour chart. We can go to the 10-minute chart. Market opens.
I really like that the bounce we've just had actually, and 10 minutes shows it really well. I don't mind
Right.
that.
So here's the thing, because this bounce is happening at like exactly 9:30, this bounce is totally irrelevant to me, right? Because everything's going to change in 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, we can go, well, starting with this candle, we can go like that, or we can go like that. Okay. So any bounce between 9 and 9:30 is totally irrelevant to me. The clock begins right now. The current 10-minute candle, 9:30. So if we go down into 10 a.m. and then at 10 a.m. we reverse and start to show strength, that's good enough for me to start going long. But if we go up, I will wait to see how bad the 10 a.m. reversal is and then go long later in the day. So let's see how that goes while I look at the weekly chart. Now, the weekly chart is still in bearish territory. We are still not in a full-blown bull market if you look at it from a swing trader's perspective. We are in a bull market from the cycle perspective on Bitcoin. We are in a bull market using monthly charts, but we are not in a bull market using only weekly charts, okay? Using weekly charts, we are on a red 4 candle. Now, next week, we get our first green star candle. Sorry. We get our first green 1 candle. Next week, we will get a green star if we continue to rise. I am pretty confident we will get a green star candle green one candle next week, unless we fall to new lows. So the probability is there. Based on weekly trading, there is nothing that will happen this week to get me bullish. It can only be next week. So this week, in order to get a green,
that's not true based on the MRI. We could have a new weekly high close this week, and that would put a green star onto this
we
week.
could, but it's not going to give me a green star this week. The green
No,
star will
next
only
week.
come next week,
That's
right?
right. Yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah.
best that can happen this week is if we flip the red 4 into a green 1, but that would only happen with a weekly close above 104.5. Is
Right.
that possible? Of course.
Of course.
Anything's possible, right? That gives us a green 1 on a weekly, setting up a green star next week. But I don't want to see that. I would
Yeah.
rather see massive consolidation this week. I would rather see us close this week at 98.99. I would rather see us close next week at 101, giving me a green star candle the last week of January, something like that, or the week of January 20th, a green star breaking 101, 102, setting us up for a move to 120 and beyond. So that's what I want to see. Doesn't mean I'm going to get that, okay? But that's kind of what I'm prepared for. So the weekly chart has not yet turned bullish, but the daily chart is bullish, and the daily chart is now about 4 days away from a MRI top in the daily. So ideally, this is not where I want to enter the market. I may just wait. It really depends. Today matters a lot. I will be so much more confident tomorrow on tomorrow's show based on what happens today. Okay. And however, if we do rally like FOMO today to 102, 103, I'm going to be in that. But I'm then going to be a little concerned once again, okay? Because then the daily MRI top will probably have a pullback. But again, going to the daily chart, this is now unlikely. So I'm taking this off the board. So what am I looking for now? Now I am looking for a rise into a daily MRI top. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Into a daily MRI top, followed by a 1 to 4 candle pullback. Followed by a 1 to 4 candle pullback, ideally back to the moving averages at 98.99. Followed by a breakout with the weekly MRI star. That would be the perfect buy the dip. Right here at 98, 99, with a pullback from 103, 104. Okay, so that is all I have to say on the price of Bitcoin. We are rallying here, so that means I wait. I would have considered buying at 10 a.m. had we been falling and reversed at 10. But if we're rallying into 10 a.m., I would wait and possibly go long later today or tomorrow. All right, Matt, I'm going to get off screen share here and tell us how your trades went.
Yeah, sure. I've just written a note here. Perfect buy the dip. We'll approach on that in a second. Please like and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Use the affiliate links in the description below. Join the Discord group. Use the free trading bots. One of them is absolutely cracking. Well, they both had good trades today, so let's get into that as it stands right now. But I want to talk about. I want to challenge what you just said. That would be quote unquote perfect buy the dip. Well, the trade that I'm currently in kind of looks more like the perfect buy the dip when you look at it on the monthly time frames right now. So we're starting on the monthly. I'm going to work my way down. I'm still long from 93 to 79 and feeling really good about that position. That's 10x leverage position and it's up about 65% at the moment. So I'm really, really happy with that. The monthly is gives me no cause for concern. In fact, I wanted to start on the monthly just because I just wanted to like look at it as an overview. Doesn't look that bad to me. Looks good, right? Looks real good. And I love that the lucid stars, the modified lucid stars, are chasing the price. That's not a monthly lucid star. That's still the same lucid star pegged across all time frames. So when that is, I'm still completely bullish by the dip zone as I did at 93 until that has been broken, and it hasn't been yet. So weekly time frame. You'll see the same thing, and you'll see it even clearer on the weekly. I'm still completely by the dip until that wave turns red. That's my rules on alphanumerics. Links in the description below for 30% off. Look, we had a weekly close at or maybe even above, if I get in really close, the 7 simple moving average. Let's say we closed it above, all right, and open the new week above. This is a really good sign, guys. I mean, that's as far as alphanumerics is concerned, we're above every single moving average on the weekly time frame. There's nothing more to stress about. Everything Tone said, I believe, is completely valid. This could, throughout the week, reject and come down and flip that wave red, and then we'll do it. But my style is not really forecasting like that. It's just day by day, hour by hour, playing the cards we're dealt. And there's no reason for me to close this trade. There's no reason to be bearish at all, right? It looks like, in my opinion, that it's building back up. I like that it keeps every little drop it's having. I mean, in the small time frames, the 15-minute, the 10-minute, whatever, they are getting consumed. Now, I do expect a lot of volatility around that $100,000 mark. The same way that I said back, months ago or weeks ago, whatever it was, when the first time we broke 100,000, I said that I was on the fence that we'll just blow right through it and we'll get to like 108, 110, whatever I said. I didn't think we'd get stumped at 100. I thought that too many people thought it was such an easy trade just to pull their long-term positions at 100,000. But Tone was more on the side that, we're going to have a lot of volatility there, and Tone was dead right. We had heaps of volatility around 100,000. Extremely tricky trading. We did eventually blow through it. I don't, in my mind, I would say we're not going to have any volatility at 100,000 this time. We'll blow straight through it, regain the all-time highs, and kick on to the next phase. But it also wouldn't surprise me if there is a lot more volatility at 100,000. It makes sense, right? It makes sense. So we'll have to monitor that as she goes. All the oscillators are fine on the weekly. Daily time frame. Uh, as Tone mentioned, like we came back and we've been flirting, sitting on the 30 simple moving average here, and we're just now starting to really get above it. Although we have been above it throughout the day, and as Tone said, I agree with Tone completely. We need to close above that 99, 300, whatever like that, to really break the structure of the market. Because as it stands right now, a rejection would be in play to get rejected, and then the market would hold still. And if this candle came down and closed red, we'll start to draw our descending lines and whatnot again. But my moving averages are a bit more quick reacting than yours on alphanumerics. Mine really looks like it's rounding faster. Well, it obviously is. I've got a lot faster with a 7 in here, but that 7, that went bearish back on December 23, that's rounding beautifully to come back up and get across a lot quicker than yours. Yours has just had its cross on the weekly, I believe, but mine is rounding up nicely, and I would love this to close with a vengeance. It looks really, really positive to me on that. And even though the Copic curve is doing on the daily is doing exactly what I want it to do. Come on, get through that zero line. I like that. I'll just zoom out to show you what that looked like, where it had its bearish cross. We want this. Bang, 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 bang. And it is rounding. So let's just keep an eye on that throughout the week. So I don't mind that at all. 4-hour time frame. And trust me, guys, I'm winding up here. Like even just that little dip that we had at the start of the show, when the new 4-hour candle opened, whatever, it just did the textbook come back down, retest the 7 simple, and then recovered. That's the sign of strength, that we're always above and below, slightly above and below the price of the 7 simple moving average across all time frames. So now on the 4-hour, when you just glance at that, the fact that we're that we're above all moving averages. We just keep coming down, retesting them. It's great. There's no reason to think that this is slowing down until we start to close below some of these and start to close below the 30. And I'll go to bed tonight. I might put a stop loss in, which I don't currently have, at like 98,400 or something like that. Something down here, and there's no reason to stress. If it comes down and closes it, I'll take the trade. It'll still be a cracker, but otherwise I want to let this thing run. It's got legs. It's got legs. Speaking of legs, the MRI swingbot trade. Oh, did it just close? No, it might have just closed. Let me just check that. Oh, sorry guys, give me a second. Bang. Ah, what it did, it just closed trailing profit. All right, so what do we pull out on this trade? So it was entered back on at 94,500, and it's just closed out at a 5%, and depending on what kind of leverage you used on the trade, but I mean that's potentially a 50% trade. Absolutely, if it's 10x leverage, brilliant. Brilliant trade. Lock it in. The MRI Swingbot has been a cracker, only having one of the 5 trades since it's launched be a dud. You got to get on this, guys. It's really, really kicking off. All right, that's all I really have to say. I really, really like the price. I want to see what happens tomorrow, but we're above that area right now that we need to be at for Tone to get excited and for me to be out to get excited, putting in a higher low here on the 4-hour time frame. We've got an hour and 15 minutes left. I like it. Let's see if we can get through 100,000. Tone, I'm throwing it back to you, mate. I've been training like you wouldn't believe, boxing, running, gym, and normally at 11:45 at night, I'm fully wired, totally awake, and I am just zonked, dude. Can barely keep my eyes open.
All right, so I will keep it quick. Bitcoin is pumping into 10 a.m. So that means I will wait and see what happens at 10 a.m. and see if it reverses to the downside and then judge the rest of the day then after. Let's take a look at some of the other markets real quick. I remain very bullish on oil, gold. Gold is like in the middle of nowhere. I don't have much of an opinion on gold. It's kind of surprised Bitcoin is pumping, but gold is being rejected. Remember, the charts looked very similar. Here's an example of gold. Here are the same 2 moving averages. Here's the def cross. Here's the price, disrespecting the def cross, then getting rejected to the downside, never had a full candle above. And here is the price rallying above the prior swing high. This is what you need to be concerned for Bitcoin.
Right, exactly.
Bitcoin is literally sitting right here.
Yeah.
This is the current candle.
Identical.
We had the def cross. We didn't reject it. We're going up. We broke the prior swing high. We're challenging all-time high. And then immediate smackdown, never got the cross back over. And now they're both declining with price below both of them. This is the concern. I know everyone is a moon boy right now. But again, I will be a moon boy when we're hitting all-time highs. And if I'm late to the party, I'm late to the party. But at least I didn't lose money. Right? So I'm okay with that. So gold is a little concerning. The S&P is rallying. This explains the rise in Bitcoin. The S&P had a huge start to the week. Again, today is the start of the year for me. I don't count Thursday and Friday as real trading days of the year. They were irrelevant to me. Today is the new trading day of the year. We are starting off on a good note, but it does need to last more than the first day of the year. And we need to, get a nice bullish week in, and then we are good to go for new all-time highs for the stock market. Correlation chart, Bitcoin, S&P has been bullish today, was bullish on Friday, and Bitcoin is following suit. This is the yield curve. I'm not going to talk about it today. The show is already running long. People are asking about NVIDIA. NVIDIA is incredibly bullish. We have a green star candle on the weekly with an all-time high on a closing basis. If we close this week at current price, if you look at the daily, probably green star candle today as well. You have a green star on a daily. You coming off a MRI buy on the daily. You broke MRI resistance. You have a brand new daily closing high coming in today. This is very, very bullish. So I am, of course, bullish on NVIDIA. There is absolutely no target on NVIDIA. It can go to $800,000 a share. There is no target. We are at an all-time high. I would be very comfortable being long NVIDIA here for as high as it wants to go. People are asking about MSTR. Someone asked if MSTR options are going to take over. IBIT options, no, they never will. The liquidity will not be there. MSTR options will dominate liquidity, and you want to trade with maximum liquidity. So also, not a lot of people can afford a $400 option. So more liquidity will be in IBIT than MSTR. I haven't looked at the liquidity on MSTR. Just check open interest. Just check open interest. Just compare $400 call like a month out, $400 call open liquidity, open interest to the open interest on $60 strike IBIT for next month. Whichever one has a higher open interest, that's the one you should be trading. That's the one that has more liquidity. That's the one that's going to have a way tighter bid-ask spread, which in the options market can absolutely crush you. And that's pretty much it. Not much else to say. Back to the short-term chart. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, look at Bitcoin, dude. It's banging on the door of 100 again.
Yep, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Let's see the 10 a.m. reversal here. This is lining up beautifully for a 10 a.m. pullback. Let's see how bad that pullback is. As long as that pullback does not go below the 920 lows, we're good.
Man, I just gotta check my trade. It must be like fucking 80% up right now. Brilliant.
Yeah. All right, guys. And on this note, we got to get going. I'm gonna still be on a dry fast at this time tomorrow. Let's see how my night goes. And after my dry fast is over, after 3 days, I will continue water fasting for at least another 3 days. So I'm starting off the year with it was going to be a 7-day fast, but now that I've implemented dry fasting, I don't need to go full 7. I can go 6. And also I'm whoa, look at it rally.
Whoa!
Nice.
Fucking
Very
wow.
nice. Very
Yes.
nice. But again,
no again. There is no again.
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
There's no
Get
again.
long.
It's gone. Boom. Oh. Holy shit. Good trade.
I know.
Me.
Crazy.
Oh, me.
Looks awesome.
That's a lot of money. Shit.
Wow. Yeah, he's looking at his account.
That's great.
All right, guys.
See you later. Bye-bye. Go. Whoop. I'm going to
Right.
go price of jet skis. See you later.
Yeah. He's going to go buy another house. All right, guys. Talk to you all. Yeah, buy another house, man. I'll stay in Japan longer.
I can buy a few right
when
now.
I come visit later this year.
See you soon.
Talk to you all on the next one, guys. Enjoy 2025. Starting off on a great note. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Thanks so much.
Like, subscribe, share, sign up for Matt's bots, and see you all on the next one.